Welcome to United Network News, the official news channel for CARE, the Center for Amity and Restoration of Earth. I'm Sunny Galt. At UNN, you get the real news. Through our field messengers, we show you the truth about what's really taking place in our communities. We also bring you stories to help you remember who you are and why you're here, as well as regional stories that impact the people. And our World Situation Report reveals what's happening throughout the multiverse. We are here to restore Earth. In the U.S., it is Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. We're off to the Tasmanian wilderness, an incredible spot for hiking enthusiasts, complete with incredible mountain views and vibrant flowers. And here in Australia, it was a hot spot for Indigenous women to give birth. Learn more about these birthing pools and their unique history. In the new Earth, you'll get a sneak peek at what a Theta Healing session looks like. Today, we're focused on removing any feelings of resentment humanity may be feeling towards the deep state. Plus, the many benefits of celery juice and some tips on how to make it.
This is Calen Giff, messenger for United Network News. Here's a look at today's field messenger reports from all around the world. Today we visit the southwest of Tasmania, a hiker's paradise with majestic mountains and vibrant local flora. UNN field messenger Amanda shows us the beauty of its natural wonderland.
Hi, this is field messenger Amanda, and I'm down in the remote wilderness of the southwest of Tasmania. Incredible backbone of wilderness, and this is all dolomite. Most of these are dolomite mountains, so they're really jagged and they're extraordinary to climb over. Now, Lake Pedder was flooded. It was this magical place about 1970s, and then it was flooded for hydro. So this is how it looks now. If you can see coming around over here, the whole of these beautiful mountains were completely flooded, and the lake was a most beautiful lake. And all of these are areas where people who are really intrepid, like myself was many years ago. But if you just look over there, there's a bit of sun highlighting what the dolomite looks like. It's that sort of, it's not white, but it's pinky grey, and that's on those mountains over there. Maybe sources on our side here. Look at this. Oh my God. And then where we are standing right now is probably the most biodiversity we've seen on mountains in Tasmania. And they're all around us, all these flowers. And what has happened here in Australia is that Tasmania, this part of Gondwandaland, and it broke off from the mainland and it drifted down, and it was the rocks here are dolomite, and that's what makes this place so special. Is it's exotic, it's wild, and it's really hard to access unless you're walking. This is Amanda signing off from Southwest Tasmania.
For centuries, Indigenous women have been giving birth in the comfort and safety of birthing pools. UNN field messenger Rosemary takes us on a journey to Gympie, Queensland, Australia. Show us such a place.
Hi, I'm Rosemary, field messenger in Gympie in Queensland, Australia, and I'm here at Mary's Creek at the birthing pools, and these are indigenous birthing pools. And I'm going to have a little bit of a chat with Jules here, who knows a little bit more about them than I do. So here we are, off to the birthing pools. Little group, hasn't been up here for a couple of years, so we're not sure what we'll find. Making our way up the river to the birthing pools. So making our way further up the creek bed, the Mary Creek, up to the birthing pools. And it's just amazing in here.
Absolutely beautiful. I hear the birds, peaceful, the running water.
We scared to sit. So here we have Jules. Now Jules is local to this area. She actually lives, or these birthing pools are at the end of the road where she lives. So Jules, tell me a little bit about what you know about these Indigenous birthing pools.
Well, as you can see, the rock is red, everybody. So that's jasper. In the crystal family, that's called Supreme Nurturer. So you can imagine the women coming down the creek to give birth, or it might have been deeper, of course, many years ago. But there's lots of spots where the water flows, like little waterfalls, where the women would have given birth to. So this is a beautiful tangled forest. And I found out about this from my son when he worked. So we'd lived here a little while, and then we come for a drive. So I bring all the people that come to me to visit, because I used to be involved in a service organisation where people would stay with me, and I'd bring all the international guests up here to have a look at this beautiful forest.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jules. And as you can see, the colour of the rocks, it's just beautiful here. Some of us went for a swim, and it's just amazing. You hear the birds in the background, just a beautiful place to be.
We want you to become a UNN field messenger. These are everyday people just like you who want to make a difference in their community. You don't need any special training or equipment. Just use the camera on your mobile phone and show us what's happening in your area. You send us your videos and our production team will create the report for you. For ideas and inspiration, we encourage you to join our new Field Messenger group on Telegram. Our new website is now up and running at unitednetwork.earth. You can submit your Field Messenger reports directly through the Field Messenger tab at the top of the page. You can also email your reports to our new email address at fieldmessenger@unitednetwork.earth.
Hey, I'm Kirsten from Switzerland.
This is Wayne from Tucson.
Hi, my name is Desmond from Ghana.
I am Claudia from Dawsonville, Georgia.
I'm Mikey from Pretoria, South Africa.
Hi, I'm Steve McGrath, Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
People from all around the world are coming together.
Happy day, beautiful world. We are here in a rather small urban garden, and this video is just to show you the joys that we've had in this garden with the electric gardening.
When news happens in their area, they show us what's really going on.
We have people in the streets protesting for and against.
At United Network News, our field messengers are changing the face of news.
This is Field Messenger Helen reporting with nature, and I'm going to talk to you about the bees again.
Take the next step in restoring our planet. Become a UNN Field Messenger today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie from South Africa. If it's going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to me. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to all of us. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news.
We've been talking about the power of our theta brain waves and how we can use theta to connect directly with God or Source. Today, we're going to learn more about Theta Healing, a process in which a Theta Healing practitioner guides you through meditation to help reduce stress, physical illness, and anxieties, and replace them with healthy habits, positive emotions, and most importantly, the love from our Creator. I recently sat down with Michelle Ann Phillips for a Theta Healing session dealing with the issue of resentment, specifically any resentment humanity has toward the deep state. Harboring intense feelings of resentment will hold us back from moving forward with the new earth. So it's important for us to heal these wounds. Here are some highlights from our Theta Healing session. If this resonates with you, we encourage you to watch and participate in the full 45-minute session, which we will post to the United Network app. You can find it in the New Earth section. So Michelle is back with us today, and we're talking about Theta, but doing something a little bit different today, Michelle, because you do Theta Healing. And we've talked about the ability for us to connect directly to source through Theta, but this is a little bit different. So this is an example of what a Theta healing session would look like. Now, normally these take longer to do. So what we're going to do is Michelle and I are going to do an actual session. What you guys see on the news is just going to be a very short version of that. If you want to see the entire session, which could be upwards of an hour, we're going to put that up on the app. So go to the New Earth section for Michelle on the app and you'll see it there. So Michelle, I'm excited. Let's do this.
I am so excited. So what I'd like to state here too is what we're going to work on today, so we've discussed this before getting online, is we're going to work on resentment. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of people, resentment takes up so much space in our body because we hang on to the emotion of resentment because it's keeping us safe somehow, right?
Yeah.
So we've decided that we're going to clear resentment around the deep state, which I'm sure all of our viewers are totally going to resonate with. So just to let everybody know that this will be charged. So if you hear any of the downloads that I'm offering to Sunny and it sounds like something that resonates with you and you'd like to have that energy, I'm witnessing it right now for you and for all of the replay for all of eternity as long as this video is up. So if any of these juicy downloads and clearings and healings sound like something that you would like to experience too in your life, just simply say yes out loud so your subconscious knows that I'm consciously choosing this. And close your eyes, allow the energy to move, take a deep breath, and just allow the changes to happen. You don't need to think about it. There's no worrying. You can just sit back, watch the healing. Sunny and I are going to dig into all the resentments on the deep state so that we can all get nice and clear and let that go so we can move forward with what we're really here to do, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. So we resent the deep state. Mm-hmm. So what about the deep state do you resent? What's the worst thing about the deep state?
Well, they're obviously hurting innocent people. So I resent the harm that they cause. I resent them keeping us from Creator Source and doing everything in their power to, subvert the light, transmute the light. Mm-hmm. I resent the lies. Oh my goodness, Michelle, it is so hard to live in this 3D world with all of these lies. And I find that it is becoming more and more difficult to do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's like, it truly feels like a matrix, and I feel like everybody that I come in contact with on a daily basis is under a spell, right? So all of that I just lump into just lies. Yeah. I resent them taking our energy. So we can't live an abundant life. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the things that come to mind, yeah.
Okay. The root of what I'm feeling into this is how helpless it makes everyone feel.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So we can all, how they hurt innocent people. They're harming us. They're poisoning our food, poisoning our water. Mm-hmm. They're keeping us from connecting with Source. They're lying to us. They're deceiving us on a daily basis. They're deceiving our friends. They're causing dissension among everybody, the divide and conquer, taking our energy, keeping us from being abundant. The atrocities they have done to our children, the overworked, and that whole slavery system. So when I look at that, Source is telling me it's about feeling helpless and feeling powerless. Does that make sense for you?
Absolutely, because I think a lot of us want to fix it. And, thank goodness that things are being done now to help us and to empower us. But a lot of times I feel like we're all still kind of on the sidelines. I know we're grounding. I know we're holding the light. And I know how important that is. Like, my soul understands that. But it's hard. The physicality of it, I feel like a lot of us are just on the sidelines like, hey, coach, put me in, let's go. So, it kind of makes you feel helpless.
And this is for anyone who would like to do this. We're going to change these beliefs on all levels. So we're going to change it on the core level, which is everything that you've learned from age 0 to 7 and then onwards throughout your life. The genetic level, which we see typically in the pineal gland. It stores all the genetic memories from your ancestors. The history level, which is all the group consciousness and past lives. And then your soul level, which is everything you've ever been, everything you are, all the spaces in between and all of that too. So we're getting all of it.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So, would you like to pull, clear, and release the feelings of helplessness, powerlessness, and uncertainty from all levels and replace it with this upgraded definition of self-empowerment, sovereignty, and restoration? Would that be okay?
Yes.
All right. So take some breaths. And I invite you to just relax and allow this energy to change. Wowzers. Feels so much better.
Yes, it does. Feels a lot lighter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So I invite anybody, if this has helped you in some way, shape, or form, and if you have resentments in your life, reach out. Like 1 hour. I mean, if we can clear resentment on the deep state.
Oh my goodness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how much more space in your body are you going to have for more good things when we let go of resentment, you know?
Yes. Celery juice has surged in popularity among health enthusiasts, celebrated for its potential health benefits and simplicity. Extracted from the fibrous stalks of the celery plant, this refreshing beverage is often praised as nature's elixir. Celery juice is packed with antioxidants, vitamins K and C, potassium, and folate. Starting our day with a refreshing glass of celery juice offers numerous benefits. It helps hydrate our skin, eliminate toxins, and may improve our complexion. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that may help with joint pains. It's fantastic for our heart, as compounds in celery juice can help maintain healthy blood pressure and cholesterol levels. The salt clusters found in celery are important for natural detoxification. What factors should we consider when making this health drink? Well, to maximize the benefits of celery juice, it is recommended to use a cold press juicer to preserve the magical effects of the salt clusters and wait 30 minutes before consuming other foods or drinks. Many people have had positive experiences with this natural elixir and have seen its transformative power on their health. Recently, global demand for shea butter has increased, driving this industry to expand in Ghana and Nigeria. This natural remedy, traditionally used in Africa to treat dry skin and eczema, is now found in products such as cosmetics, confectionery, and biofuels. The oily kernels of the shea fruit are processed to extract the butter, which has become a key driver of economic growth in West Africa. Production is predominantly carried out by women. It involves picking nuts from trees and transforming the butter into products like cooking oil, cosmetics, and soaps. Ghana is Africa's largest exporter, shipping more than 500,000 metric tons worldwide every year, with 60% processed in West Africa itself. By 2025, the market is projected to reach $2.9 billion. This represents a significant opportunity to address issues of equality, poverty, and food security. Increased income from shea butter production empowers women and grants them control over their finances and lives. It enables them to provide for their family's basic needs, access healthcare facilities, and cover educational expenses. As new applications for shea butter are found and its value is appreciated, it provides economic opportunities and addresses social challenges. In the heart of the Amazon, a group of women known as the Cacao Guardians are making a remarkable difference in their community through sustainable agroforestry and the creation of handcrafted chocolates. What began as a humble experiment in the kitchen has blossomed into a thriving business, producing up to 200 pounds of chocolate per month using locally sourced cacao beans. For the Cacao Guardians, the production of chocolate is more than just a business venture. It's a reflection of their land and its immense potential. This endeavor has not only brought economic benefits, but has also sparked a reevaluation of the community's way of life, inspiring initiatives aimed at conserving the precious forest. The goal is to move away from the practice of cultivating a single type of crop, particularly acai, which is currently the dominant crop in the region, and instead embrace biodiversity. The Guardians aspire to break free from their reliance on supermarkets and processed foods and make their products available to the local community. They nurture saplings from seeds with the ambitious target of reforesting their land within 3 years. This approach allows for the year-round cultivation of crops and seasonal cash crops, such as the cacao and the acai. Beyond financial stability, the initiative led by the Cacao Guardians has empowered these women with financial freedom, fostering a sense of companionship and purpose. The success of this project has ignited aspirations to copy the business model, empowering women in other communities. The story of the Cacao Guardians is an example of the transformative power of sustainable agriculture, showing that local enterprise can preserve biodiversity and foster community development. We are United Network News. Every day, we release real stories from real people all over the world.
Field Messenger reporting from Gold Coast, Australia,
Denmark,
Canada,
Uganda,
from Atlanta, in Southern California.
In their own words, people like you share what's really happening in their area. At UNN, you are the news. You are creating a new world with infinite possibilities. You are the restoration plan. Come join us for the real news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, only on United Network. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news. Now, a look at regional stories around the world. Historic flooding in the Democratic Republic of Congo forces thousands of people to leave their homes. It's the worst flooding in more than 6 decades. In South Korea, a huge strike is underway. More than 1,000 doctors have walked out, causing major disruptions in healthcare services. Also, the waiting list for patients across the UK is getting longer and longer, leaving many patients in a state of fear and uncertainty. And in Mexico, thousands of people dressed in pink are rallying to protect their democracy. Hundreds of thousands of people in the Democratic Republic of Congo have been forced to leave their homes due to the Congo River flooding following torrential rains. This is the worst flooding in more than 6 decades and has affected 16 out of 26 provinces, resulting in at least 221 fatalities. In the capital, displaced families found shelter in overcrowded camps, with many sleeping outdoors due to the lack of available space. The disaster has destroyed homes and increased the risk of waterborne diseases like malaria and typhoid. Experts warn without better flood management, the situation could worsen, especially given the region's high rate of deforestation, which amplifies the flooding. The situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo is getting worse as M23 rebels clash with the National Army. This has led to a major disruption in food supplies, affecting more than 2 million people in the city of Goma. Locals are facing a critical shortage of essentials as the violence continues to cut vital supply routes from surrounding farms. Civilians, including Internally displaced people who sought sanctuary in the city are confronting the looming threat of famine. Attacks involving heavy artillery and shelling have resulted in numerous civilian casualties, overwhelming local hospitals. The international community expresses deep concern, highlighting the dire consequences for an area already struggling with displacement and resource scarcity. South Africa's Anglo-American Platinum, or AMPLATS, has announced a major workforce restructuring, which puts nearly 3,700 jobs at risk. This decision comes as a response to last year's 71% profit drop and the declining prices of platinum group metals. The move highlights the industry's decline, compounded by cheaper alternatives and electric vehicle technology, reducing the demand for platinum. Labor unions are pushing for the sale of unprofitable mines to avert job losses, while the company has remained silent on whether it would consider such sales. AMPLATS also plans to defer projects and engage in cost reduction measures to achieve significant savings in the face of a demanding economic environment. As restrictions in China tighten, citizens are increasingly seeking ways to leave the country, facing intense scrutiny and interrogation by customs officials. The recent surge in emigration follows the abrupt end to strict COVID-19 policies, prompting many to seek pathways to leave the country, including through smuggling. The Chinese Communist Party's response has been to intensify exit controls, now scrutinizing individuals' records and denying passport renewals. Episodes of interrogation at airports and restrictions against citizens previously interviewed by national security are increasingly common. Residents seeking escape face harsh penalties, including fines and imprisonment. Human rights organizations have criticized these measures, pointing out that they contravene international principles of freedom of movement. In South Korea, a massive doctor strike is underway as more than 1,600 trainee physicians from major hospitals have walked out. This strike is in response to the government's proposal to increase the number of medical school admissions, seeking to address healthcare disparities and boost technological advancement in medicine. The strike has led to significant disruptions in healthcare services, including the delay of surgeries and patient appointments. The public, however, largely supports the government's plan. Among concerns regarding a critical shortage of medical professionals in specialized fields and rural regions. Doctors' associations argue that the proposed increase in medical student intake could harm the quality of health care and complicate the financial stability of the national health insurance system. The government has taken emergency measures, including the implementation of telemedicine services and increased operations at public hospitals. Italy's Supreme Court has ruled that returning rescued sea migrants to Libya is illegal. This verdict comes following an event where more than 100 migrants, including pregnant women and children, were taken back to Libya after being saved from international waters. The court inflicted a one-year sentence on the involved captain with the unlikely chance of serving time in prison. This decision sets a legal precedent, reinforcing arguments from human rights groups that Libya is not a safe haven for migrants. Such returns are in conflict with international humanitarian law, which prohibits sending individuals back to locations where they face serious harm. Reports document widespread mistreatment of migrants in Libya, making the recent court ruling a significant step forward in assuring the protection of those seeking refuge. In the United Kingdom and the United States, companies are establishing on-site mental health services to better support their employees. With the integration of on-site therapists, employees can discreetly seek help for personal issues such as anxiety, depression, and family concerns without any impact on their work performance. Some health providers are setting up multifunctional clinics on company grounds to ensure confidentiality. In addition to one-on-one therapy, therapists are becoming a part of the company culture, participating in team meetings and mental health briefs to break down the stigma surrounding mental health. The initiative not only assists employees in accessing needed care, but also serves as a retention strategy for companies aiming to support their workforce's overall well-being. Shaw Industries Group in the US and various tech companies in the UK are among those leading the way in this mental health care approach. Patients across the UK are facing significant challenges in accessing timely medical care. Critical treatments for conditions such as cancer and heart failure are among those being postponed, with some patients experiencing wait times far exceeding recommended intervals. The impact of these delays can be severe, with risks of disease progression and irreversible health damage looming. It's not just initial treatments that are affected. Ongoing care is equally disrupted, leaving many in a state of fear and uncertainty. Investigations have revealed a lack of proper oversight for those not on official waiting lists, raising concerns over the potential magnitude of unmonitored cases. The NHS insists on adherence to national guidelines, while the Department of Health asserts that reducing wait times is a top priority. Students at Lancaster University in the UK are facing severe challenges due to the cost of living crisis. Reports indicate that students are often unable to afford food, going up to 3 days without a proper meal. Concerns are increasing as the demand for food banks on campus skyrockets, with the university struggling to provide sufficient aid. Due to the financial strain, students are taking on multiple part-time jobs and facing significant mental health strains. The university has taken measures such as freezing accommodation rates and increasing available funds for those in dire need. The government has allocated additional resources to assist financially struggling students and those experiencing mental health difficulties, emphasizing support to those from low-income households. Lufthansa employee strikes have led to the cancellation of most flights across 7 German airports, directly affecting more than 100,000 travelers. The industrial action organized by the trade union Verdi has caused significant disturbances, particularly at Frankfurt and Munich airports. This second strike within the month reflects ongoing efforts by unions to negotiate better pay and inflation compensatory bonuses for Lufthansa workers. Passengers have been advised to stay away from airports if their flights are canceled. With only a small fraction of flights operating, and as the strike extends into its second day, the impact on travel and commuter plans continues to escalate. Dublin officials have announced a traffic reduction plan aimed at making its city center more pedestrian-friendly. The strategy includes the introduction of bus gates and the reconfiguration of certain streets, which will significantly reduce vehicle presence downtown to cut traffic by 60%. This initiative has been met with strong public approval. More than 80% of participants in a public survey support the changes. Despite some concerns from businesses like the iconic Guinness Brewery regarding delivery routes, the general consensus is positive. The change comes as the city is recovering from the pandemic and grappling with public safety and housing issues. The reduction of traffic is envisioned to enhance safety, livability, and environmental quality in Dublin's historic center. Thousands across Mexico, dressed in symbolic pink, rallied to demand protection of democratic processes ahead of the June elections. The protesters flooded the streets, highlighting their worries about the weakening of the National Electoral Institute and potential impacts on democracy. The demonstrations, spurred on by opposition groups, were as much a show of support for democratic institutions as they were a protest against violence inflicted by drug cartels on political candidates. Demonstrations spread from Mexico's capital to numerous cities, uniting under the fear that democracy is under threat. The current president, while popular amongst many, faces criticism from undermining governance institutions, though he denies any attempt to influence democratic procedures. In Cuba, families are facing milk shortages, particularly impacting young children and leaving many families concerned. The government subsidy system is struggling, delaying milk deliveries for those under 2 years old. Prioritized groups, including chronically ill children, will receive reduced quantities. Officials are striving to find alternative solutions. While 3 provinces sustain adequate milk production, others depend on more expensive imports, aggravating the shortage. Cuba blames the U.S. trade embargo for these economic challenges, although private businesses seem to manage milk imports more effectively. Despite criticism, government officials argue that state-subsidized milk aims for social equality, unlike the market price products from private businesses. American Airlines has increased fees for checked baggage, impacting flyers who now have to pay more for the convenience of traveling with extra luggage. Customers will pay a $5 increase when they check their first bag on domestic flights, paying $35 online compared to $40 at the airport. For a second bag, the cost is now set at $45. Flights to certain international destinations like Canada and the Caribbean maintain a flat rate of $35. Frequent flyers might find it harder to earn miles on bookings made through certain third-party agencies, as the airline aims to incentivize using its own website. However, the airline has offered some relief by lowering penalties for slightly overweight luggage, reducing stress at those check-in counters. Elite frequent flyer members and specific credit card holders will continue to enjoy complimentary checked bags. These changes are part of the airline's effort to bounce back to profitability.
Tired of being programmed? At United Network, you'll discover the truth about what's really happening on our planet. Get instant access to our written news, UNN newscasts, world situation reports, and in-depth stories from our field messengers. Manifest your amazing abilities as we explore the new Earth. Plus, original series to inspire and encourage you throughout your day. Get connected through United Chat, our personal chat room where you can join the conversation, share your experience, and also submit your questions for Kim. Watch United Network at home or on the go through your computer, favorite online streaming program, or mobile apps.
Welcome to United Network News.
Start your free trial today. UnitedNetwork.Earth, bringing people together.
Want to share news from UNN? Help us change the face of social media and use it for good. Connect with us through our online channels. Our social media team creates clips from each newscast you can easily share with family and friends. That's also where you'll find our UNN meme of the day, which is a great way to encourage critical thinking. Links to all of our social media sites are available at the bottom of our website at UnitedNetwork.Earth. Let's change the face of news together. We do not have a world situation report for you today, but we do have this message. The United States is under attack by 17 of its own military bases. The U.S. military are planning terrorist-like events in the following cities: Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York, Philadelphia, and Seattle. At the same time, they are using energy weapons directed at Kim in hopes of trying to stop her and others to counter these actions on U.S. soil. Now, this is not the time to panic. We are not helpless. We need everyone to hold the light and co-create with Source to allow for the best possible outcome for humanity. We've got this. We'll post updates on Telegram and our app as new information becomes available. And that wraps up today's news update. Please share UNN with your friends and family. We need everyone to come together and help restore our planet. When news happens in your area, record it and share it with us so we can help you share it with the world. Remember, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm Sunny Galt. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the real news.